Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Layla, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about my YouTube journey, specifically being monetized. This topic is a little bit random for my channel. Granted, it is financial related because I'm going to show you my YouTube analytics and you can see the income that I've earned specifically from YouTube over the last 3 years. I have made a couple of videos related to being monetized on YouTube before. I think when I first got monetized and then maybe a year after, but I haven't talked about it since. And honestly, for this week's video, I wasn't sure what I wanted to talk about. Month to month, I literally have the videos that I'm going to post on which days already outlined, but the video that I had planned for this week, I wasn't feeling. I don't want to film it. I don't want to film it at all. I just don't want to talk about it. So then I was thinking, all right, whatever. I'm not going to post this week because I just can't even be bothered. But then that's kind of how I got to this video idea, because when I put that out loud, that I was like, all right, I'm just not going to post a video for Friday, that made me feel really uncomfortable. I do not like missing uploads. And that's just something I put on myself. I really just like to consistently upload. If it's a Friday, a video is going up. Transfer Tuesday, it's going up. If it's a Sunday, it's going up, So all of that got me thinking about consistency and dedication and just what it takes to be on, to earn money from YouTube. And so then I was like, oh, I got monetized in October of 2020. It's been 3 years. I can talk about that. Anyways, I just wanted to explain that story so you could see how I got to this video idea and why I wanted to talk about it, because I also wanted to touch on just creating a YouTube channel. If you're watching this and you're like, I want to create a YouTube channel, I do want to briefly touch on that. That is not my niche by any means. I don't want to talk about how to film videos or how to get monetized, anything like that, because I prefer just focusing on personal finance. But for this video, I'll talk about it a little bit. But first, I'm going to back it up a little to my YouTube story in general. I started my very first YouTube channel back in 2011. It was actually my sister and I. We created a channel together. It was around beauty content. I would post, she would post, we would film together. And looking back on those videos, it is so cringe, Our channel at the time was called Beauty Delish, actually, and none of those videos really exist anymore. So yeah, throughout the last 12 years or so, I did continue to post YouTube content. That channel quickly turned into my channel. I turned it into, I think that's the same one. I turned it into Living Like Layla, so that's my lifestyle channel. And that one, I was really hoping to, take it further and go into business with that. I have a blog, livingLikeLayla.com, that is fairly successful, but it's nothing like what you would see with a niche website, like on finance or even a YouTube channel that focuses on one thing. And the reason that I'm saying this is just to explain that I've been on YouTube for a very long time, creating content for a very long time, editing. Not like I'm a pro or anything, it's just that I have tried to do this and have done this for well over a decade. And if you actually look at Living Like Layla, if you go back to videos from 2019, I actually started talking about finances. I think I have a few videos where I talk about finances, and those did not do well on that channel just because I talk about so many things on that channel. And because of that, I was like, maybe I should create a separate finance channel. That took me some months. I don't think I ever said I was going to do that or even believed myself that I would do that. But then come November, December 2019, I was like, I think I should do this, but it's going to be really tough because I wanted to still write articles for my blog. I wanted to post on Living Like Layla's YouTube channel. I wanted to create this channel. I almost talked myself out of it because I was thinking this is going to be really hard to manage. And I am so glad that I did not talk myself out of it, because it has grown into what I would say is a little business now. So I did start this YouTube channel in December of 2019, and I was posting, I think at the time I was just posting once a week, and then I started doing Transfer Tuesday, so it turned into twice a week. It was just one video plus Transfer Tuesday. And then about 10 months in or so, I finally got monetized. So that was October of 2020. And yeah, let's just go ahead and hop into my analytics, because I know this is what most people are here for. You want to see the numbers. And I have this filtered by lifetime, so ever since I started this channel, and this is what things are looking like. I have over 2 million views, which is crazy and amazing. So what we're looking at right now, these are views, like literally by the day. So you can see at the beginning, like nothing for a couple of days, and it quickly started picking up. Basically, the first year I was barely getting any views. I mean, even if you look back on those videos, I was getting just like a few hundred views, which isn't bad. When you start, that's definitely how it's going to be. And then things exploded toward the end of the year of 2020, and then much more so at the beginning of 2021. And this was because I had done a low spend year. So that low spend content at the end of 2020 is really what started to take things off the first time around. And actually you can see that the views always increase in December and January, because that's usually when people are looking into low spend, or they're just looking into their finances. So December and January are always high view months for me. Watch time, 242,000 hours, which is just crazy. This looks very similar to views. Now, one thing I do want to call out is that in order to get monetized, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and I think 4,000 hours of watch time. That is the harder part. So usually people are able to reach the subscribers. It just depends. It could be either or. Like sometimes people are easily able to reach 1,000 subscribers, but they're not getting the hours that they need to get monetized. Or one of their videos could go viral and they have all of these hours, but people aren't subscribing because of whatever reason. So it just depends. Subscribers, yeah, same pattern. Like you really can see where the difference is. Oh, look at that. There's just one day. January 11th, 2022, I lost 18 subscribers. That's interesting. I'll have to go back and look at that. I don't know why that is. But that was the only time like where I've lost subscribers as a whole. And then obviously here we have the revenue from the beginning. This will all be zero because I was not monetized at all. And then it was just a couple of dollars per day, not really picking up for some time. That was in 2020. And then things did start to pick up from there. And clearly 2023 has been much better. My highest earning day, which is just crazy. This is so hard to get. $209 on Friday, December 23rd, 2022. So yeah, since being monetized, I have earned $26,545 in revenue. This number is actually accurate. Some people see this and they're like, oh, but that's not what you actually get paid, right? It is. So usually whatever YouTube is showing, it says estimated, but this is always accurate. Like when I get my paycheck from YouTube, it is exactly what I saw in my analytics. It is always behind actually. So I'm filming this on Friday, October 20th. This only goes through October 19th, but even then, like the revenue is usually 2 days behind. So it's like missing 2 days of data, but this is accurate and this is gross earnings. So they don't take taxes out or anything. I am responsible, or any YouTuber is responsible for paying taxes on their own. This isn't anything crazy, obviously, but this has helped me so much. I mean, I've earned the most money this year in 2023, but if you take an average, it's like 8,000 or more than 8,000 per year. And I mean, that helps a ton. It's like having a part-time job. I mean, technically it is a part-time job because I am spending time filming, editing, all the things. It's just more fun of a part-time job and I have more control of it. I think YouTube does a really good job of breaking down your analytics as well, because it shows you like what's doing well and what doesn't do well, you know. So top content, my highest viewed video, surprisingly, is creating your own Google Sheets. I still get comments on that, like almost on usually on a weekly basis. A couple times a week I'm getting comments on that. And honestly, I know so much more about Google Sheets now that I feel like I could refilm this and probably get some decent views on that. But if it's doing well, then, you know, it's doing well. My experience leasing a car, my low spend year, you can see these three are part of the top 5 because this one's from 2020. These two are from 2020 and this was more recent. But yeah, anything with low spend does really well. Happy to see that Marcus is on here as top 10 because I love Marcus by Goldman Sachs, and it looks like a lot of people are interested in hearing about it, so they go to watch that. Yeah, and you can see the rest here. Usually, what's funny is this video, my 2021 finance and debt plan, how I plan to pay off $40,000. I did not get anywhere near paying $40,000 of debt that year, which, you know, it was basically me setting a goal and talking about how I'm going to try to accomplish that, but that didn't end up happening. But it's cool to see that still doing well. This is expected to be up here. A lot of people are interested in Salesforce or landing a tech job or talent stacker, spending plan. That's one I film every single year, and more about student loans. So yeah, top 10 there. And that's really all I have to show on that side of things because, you know, if you wanted to see the numbers, then that is that. In the grand scheme of things, $26,000 in 3 years is really not that much money. I'm very grateful for it. I'm very happy about it. But if you look at how much time I spend filming and editing and just, you know, responding to comments, everything that comes with YouTube, I'm like below minimum wage, and I would consider minimum wage as like $7.25. So I would say I'm earning like it just depends. Of course, some videos do better than others, but I would say I'm earning like $5 per hour on average based off of the time spent on YouTube. However, I think it is 100% worth it. Like, I am happy to do that. I would still be creating content if I was making even less money because it's just fun to do. Like, YouTube is fun. Sometimes it can get annoying. Editing can be frustrating, especially if you have, like, you know, your computer slowing down or something like that, but I find it very enjoyable. YouTube income alone at this point in my journey is not enough for me to live off of, but the amazing thing about having a platform and like being on YouTube, having some sort of platform, is everything that comes with it. And before I even get to that, actually, I want to say that $26,000 over 3 years is not that bad considering the limited amount of editing that I put in. Like, yes, it takes me time to edit videos, but I'm not spending like hours and hours and hours on a video just because that's not how I want to do things, you know. I don't have major editing skills. I'm not like a super pro. I can do the basics. I try to add in things here and there, but I do not go above and beyond when it comes to my videos, and I prefer for it to be that way just because it's less work for me. And you know, maybe one day if I can hire somebody and they can make things fancy, but I just want to get the stuff out to you. Really, the bulk of my videos are documenting my journey or, you know, sharing something in my life. And then sometimes I have educational content to educate people on finances. But even when I consume content, I don't necessarily, like, if I really want to know about something, I don't necessarily care about the editing. Like, I don't need B-roll of you taking a walk or of a skyline, or like, that's great. That's great editing and footage, but like, it also works to just sit here and chat, and I'm still getting monetized for that. The other thing are my thumbnails. I've been insulted on my thumbnails a number of times, which is fine. I like my thumbnails. I like things simple. I like things to align with my personality, and for me, I just like to be smiling in my thumbnail and put some text on there. I don't want like the whole Graham Stephan thing where, like, sometimes I'll make somewhat of a face, but I won't say never because, you know, you can't ever say that, right? But it is very likely that you will never see me have a thumbnail like, you know, like Graham Stephan style. I'm not doing that. It's just not in me. I've tried it before and I just felt so cringe about it and uncomfortable about it. So it's just not me. It's not in me. I'm not gonna, I don't really like clickbait stuff because I want to, I don't know. When I just think about how I consume content and what I think of things, and I just prefer things to be more like real, authentic, true to myself type of thing. But yeah, I know my thumbnails could be improved and I probably would have better success, but I also want to do things how I want to do things, even if that limits my success. I know that might sound stupid. But yeah, starting a YouTube channel really changed my life, honestly. This has opened up a lot of opportunities for me. I think one of the coolest things is this community. For the most part, my comments are positive, supportive, loving. Yeah, like I can't say thank you enough for that. There's always going to be somebody negative or judgmental, but that's fine. Like I ignore it or I just will delete it, whatever the case may be. But for the most part, this community is absolutely amazing. I've received support not only from comments and views and subscribers, but literal cash. Like people have given me money, through Venmo and buy me a coffee and have helped me to pay off my debt. And that is crazy. And even amongst each other, like I see people supporting each other in the comments, or, if I give a shout out to somebody, like y'all went and subscribed to Michael over at Midlife Money Moves, and like Rachel Hickey, I always watch Rachel's videos and she has all this support coming in and I see her comments and I see the cross, like y'all are watching my videos, but you're also watching her videos and Michael's videos and Rebecca's videos. Like, yeah, it's pretty cool to see this little community that we have. The other thing with YouTube is that yes, I'm monetized on this platform, but it also leads to monetization in other means. So the biggest one for me is really affiliate earnings, which is crazy. And even just like referrals and stuff, like those aren't necessarily affiliate earnings because it's like it's available to everybody. You don't have to be a quote unquote affiliate with them. So even like Chase credit card referrals or Discover, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, that's not cash, but I've gotten a higher percentage. The apps that I use, I have referrals for all of those. So I kind of count that as affiliate earnings. But beyond that would be like Talent Stacker and Mint Mobile. That also leads to sponsorships as well. I have not had too many sponsorships. A couple, I've had Mint Mobile. That's a repeat sponsor for me. And I love that because I've always wanted a sponsor where it's like I genuinely trust them, I use them, I love them, and that's how I feel about Mint Mobile. Talent Stacker, I've been sponsored by Talent Stacker. I don't know. I don't get too many sponsorships because I've had other opportunities, but they usually don't align with what this channel talks about, so I usually ignore them. And then also coaching. Like if I didn't start this YouTube channel, I probably never would have gotten into financial coaching and discovered that that's like a true passion of mine and where I really want to take my business. Overall, this is like a small business at this point, and I am planning to turn it into hopefully a larger business, and that really entails coaching. And I never thought that that was possible, but this channel made that possible. And I started for free at first, and I was like, will people even trust me? And they did. And still to this day, people trust me and reach out to me so that I work with them one-on-one. And that is like a dream come true. It is so cool. And without this platform, that wouldn't have been possible. And going along with that, I'm working on a course, I'm working on group coaching. So it's like, that's going to be even more opportunity that came out of this. I'm just saying that this has opened up so many opportunities. And I wanted to talk about this because a lot of people still reach out to me like, oh, I wanted to start a blog or YouTube channel about finances or even in a different niche. And they ask like, they usually are hesitant or they're scared for some reason, or they ask like, what made you want to do that type of thing? And I just want to encourage people, like if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, even if it's, in 2023 or 2024 or anytime in the near future that I'm pretty sure YouTube's going to be around for quite some time, I would encourage y'all to just go ahead and do it. Like when Michael had said that he wanted to start creating content around his finances, I was like, yes, that's going to do so well. It might take you some time to get monetized, but is it worth it? Absolutely. You'd be surprised how much success you can have just by documenting your journey. Like the stuff that I talk about isn't anything groundbreaking or new or crazy. There's thousands of other people that are talking about what I talk about, but you're here watching my content, Everybody's experience is different, and I think because I was sharing exact numbers and I'm still transparent about everything that I talk about with my finances, and people want to see that because it's not spoken about frequently. And that doesn't even have to be about finances. Like maybe you are working on your fitness or learning how to cook or getting really into cleaning, reading books, etc. Like there's so many things that you could just document in your life that you're already doing. Yes, it adds an extra layer of work. Like you have to set up the cameras and edit the videos and actually get things up. But like when I first started, I was already paying my debt. So why not just sit down, film a video for 10, 15 minutes and get that up so y'all can join me on the journey. You know, it's pretty crazy what is possible, and then you can turn that into more income and potentially your full-time job if you wanted to. And it's kind of going back to what I was talking about at the very beginning of this video with being like consistent, and it made me really uncomfortable to not get a video up today, was exactly that, is consistency. Because I went to a finance event, it was called Women in Money, earlier this year, and I ended up being part of like this small YouTube group. We met for like 30 minutes or so, and they were asking me all these questions like, oh, do you write a script for your videos? Or how long do you spend editing? What are your tips for getting more subscribers? And like, I don't have that many subscribers or anything. Hopefully this doesn't come off as like, oh, she's so great because she has 21,000 subscribers. But I was being asked these questions, and one girl had said that she writes a script for all of her YouTube channels. I have never written a script for my YouTube channels. I write outlines, like even right now in my notebook, I do always write outlines so I make sure to remember what I want to talk about. But you're going to be more like yourself if you are just talking, you know, even if you mess up. When I film my subscriber review videos, those literally take me an hour to an hour and a half to film, because I'm literally thinking on the spot. I'm making those spreadsheets on the spot, and it's not going to be perfect, but that's the power of YouTube and editing. Like, I don't need to post the full 1 hour and 30 minutes of me talking. I get to cut things up and improve things in my editing. But also, even if I mess up when I'm talking, like I can just, you know, back up a little bit, refilm it, and, you know, make it look clean with editing. Yeah, I don't know what the point of this video is. It's just kind of like to share with y'all these numbers, but also to encourage you to start if you have been thinking about it, but also to remind you that if you do start, you need to be consistent. Like if you're only, you know, you post a couple of videos in the month, and then 2 months later you post another video or 2 videos, and then you fall off again, that's not going to get you where you want to. Like if you want it to be something that generates income for you, even if it's just a little bit, you've got to be consistent, but you don't need to be fancy with it. You don't need to be super professional. You don't need to have a high quality camera. For the bulk of my time for these videos, I was using iMovie, which was free on my laptop. And then just last year, I switched over to Final Cut Pro. And like, even with that, I haven't upgraded my editing that much, you know? And when I was thinking about like what I would talk about in this video, I was thinking of like, do that phrase, do what you can with what you have and where you are, I think it is. And that is such a great statement. Just, yeah, it's so true. Just do what you can with what you have. So if that's you only having a phone to film on, even if you don't need a tripod, like just set it up on a desk or a tissue box or something and start filming some content. You also don't need to like reach a certain point in your journey to start documenting your journey, you know? I think you could start wherever you are. I know this video is kind of all over the place. I did want to film this because it is part of my journey, but mostly because I didn't want to not put a video up today, and that got me to thinking about all of these things. Like, no, I need to post because I want to post and keep up my uploading schedule. As far as the future of my YouTube channel, I'm going to continue documenting my finances, of course, and trying my best to inform people about current financial topics and educate. I do want to go more into investing and stuff. Yeah, there's just a lot that I can talk about for sure, and there's way more to come for sure. I was thinking about where I want my channel to be in 2024. I'm hoping to, like, subscriber count really doesn't matter, but I would like to get to like 50K in 2024. That would be amazing. I strongly believe that one day I will get to over 100K subscribers so I can get my little plaque, and that is very exciting. You know, even if it takes me a decade, as long as YouTube's still around, I'll probably still be posting about finances just because I love it so much. And hopefully I can help more people to get their finances in order, or just like motivate them to make an extra transfer or something. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, because obviously this would not be possible without y'all. So I really, yeah, I appreciate you being here and supporting me. I guess let me know if you have any questions. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already, because I can see that I have quite a few viewers that are not subscribed. I can't see who they are, but based off of my analytics, you know. So yeah, if you subscribe, it does support and like. But I will see you in my next video.